State Line Christian versus Hammond Baptist. It's a classic final of the Hammond Baptist kickoff. Always an emotional, hard-fought game under the lights. I remember myself, Ben, and Tim grew up and watching our older siblings take part in it. We noticed how bitter the rivalry was going way back.
Playing in the Hammond Baptist tournament was something, as a player, we always looked forward to every single season.
Probably the biggest tournament of the year.
You knew going into that tournament that it was going to be very, very good competition. There was going to be no easy games, and especially with it being Hammond's tournament, they never gave us an easy road to get to the championship. So as a senior, finding ourselves in that championship game was very special just to be there.
I was having a great tournament. We had won our previous games 2-1 versus New Jerusalem and City Baptist. In both games, I faced many breakaways and was up to the challenge. In the Hammond game, I knew it wouldn't be any different. This was probably the best game that I had ever played. But would it be enough to get State Line the victory?
We had beat New Jerusalem and City Baptist both in extremely tight games. We had spent a lot of energy, and going into that championship game, the one thing that you knew about Hammond Baptist was it wasn't just 11 guys you had to worry about. You had to worry about the 20 guys that they had. Many times they would bring guys off their bench who were just as good as their starters, and sometimes you couldn't even tell which one were starters and which one weren't.
It's something about winning in the Hammond tournament, winning games, especially when you know that Hammond, and it seems like everyone's pretty much against State Line, as a big deal.
I had our best scoring opportunity, and their goalie honestly made a good save, but I wish I could have just tucked that one in the net, and that might have been a different game had we taken that lead.
I remember it being a hard-fought tournament. Everyone was pretty exhausted when we finally got to the Hammond game.
First half was a really even game, but the later that game went, I could just feel we were just getting wore down. We were getting tired, and if you look at the stats, the first half, such an even game, and then the second half is just lopsided.
I remember is their guy coming down the field, beating one or two defenders, me having to run across to the other side. And I remember seeing the ball come. I went to clear it, and I just did not get enough power behind it. One of the worst feelings is seeing that go towards the goal.
From my angle, I didn't even know what happened. I thought, how did that kid miss from point blank? And I heard the whistle go. Everyone seemed really confused. Heard our fans yelling, our coaches yelling. I heard some of our players yelling. Didn't know if it went in, didn't go in. Even watching the video, to this day, I still can't tell if it actually went in or not. But it's one of those things that happens.
With it getting late, the ground was dewy, and I remember diving, and the striker just poked it past out of my reach.
I think I had probably the best view out of anyone. The way it bounced, it just didn't seem like that would have been possible.
We all thought it hit the crossbar.
I remember even after that moment, Tim taking me aside and saying, hey, you just got to get the next one.
That's a goal. That's a goal. It hit the top.
I remember it being a very physical game as always. There was a few yellow cards given out.
Remember Pastor Hammond just giving it to the ref.
A lot of emotions trying to play Hammond in that tournament.
This was a game I wanted to win so badly.
It was a crazy game.
Just a good, tough soccer game. I'll never forget it one time. It was in the second half. Ball went out of bounds, and I just kind of put my hands on my knees and went, man, I'm tired. And I remember looking over, and they had about 7 or 8 subs on the line, and basically did almost a full team switch. And their guys came running on fresh, and I just remember thinking to myself, oh man, this is not good.
There's only just a little over a minute left, and I ended up going up to midfield and acting like another field player.
One thing I'll never forget was Coach Iglesias after the game. The official who made that call was an official we knew well. He was always there. Honestly, was terrible every year. As our fans were yelling, as other people were yelling, Coach Iglesias telling us to not worry about all that and to go shake their hands and keep our heads up. So that's what we did. I remember some tears being shed, but we played our hardest that night. There's no doubt about it. It was a tough loss, it hurt, but for us that journey of just getting there was an amazing journey, and I was so glad to be a part of it.